streaming again. Let's see. Can we do some art and stuff? Oh, we already got the color beach ball. Let's see. I have control of my mouse pretty well, or my cursor, and we have issues. We have issues already. We have lowered the output resolution. Maybe I don't know. Can we lower the input maybe? And I don't know. I don't know if that like lowers the amount of screen it captures, or if that. I'm not sure exactly how this all works. I'm just kind of playing with it. I'm not the type to read a manual before I start doing something. I'm the type to play around with it, figure it out myself, see what I can do, which is both a blessing and a curse. It means I understand what I understand more, because I played with it, but at the same time, I do not understand what I don't understand, which is quite a lot. There are many a feature which I do not know. Many feature which I do not understand, simply through the transcendent properties of not understanding. So you know, understand. I'm gonna actually save this just in case we get a crashy washy. Don't want a crashy washy, but you never know. Computers can crash at any time, which is why you should always fucking save your shit, dude. You're saving. I mean, things seem to be running. Like I can move my mouse very fine. We're still streaming. Um, uh, we've got a good amount of control. Let's see. Can I like do a figure eight? Like a very quick, fast figure eight. So I'm right here. We're gonna do a little figure eight. And yeah, we can do a quick figure eight. How? Oh well, that's a shit figure eight, but we can draw an eight. Okay, so we didn't get that age. This is what I tried to draw, but it did not do that immediately. So let's see. We're gonna try and write hello. Alright, if I can remember how to write. Well, I just wrote as fast as I normally would, and as you can see, a few things became just dots, which is interesting, like the this part of the H, this second L, the O. So we are certainly able to draw at a speed, but not a super fast speed. Like I don't think I can do. I think I can like do this, right? But if I try to draw something secondary immediately after, like do another line, I guess you would say, like another pen press, it would not work as well or at all. So I think I have to be a bit more slower in between pen presses, just to, I don't know, like, allow the computer to keep up with the speeds I'm going, which I don't think is the worst. I'm not like upsetty, but it's disappointing that, I mean, this thing's also kind of old, and this is like the newest version of the software. But you would assume that the newest version of the software has taken into account the abilities of this one, but this is whatever. I think I'm messed up here, and I need to. Oh, zooming in's giving it a real tough time there. This needs to be colored in. Zooming out is also giving it a bit of a tough time. I need to kind of like wait on that. I don't have full control because like as I zoom out, it just freezes. This is interesting. This is interesting. Um, but I'm able to draw at the very least. It's even scrolling a bit uh, slowly. What if I were to try and zoom into here and start drawing? Like I'm using space, and if you use space, you become a grab tool. So if I press space, I can drag around the canvas. And normally, if I were doing this, you can see my mouse cursor move, I presume. Um, it would be moving very smoothly, but as you can see, it's moving very jaggedly, very uh, staggered movement, um, which is unfortunate. And again, with the zoom, like I just zoomed in, and normally that would be super smooth, but as you can see, it's slow. It's taking its time. It's very staggered zoom, and it's still zooming in. It seems. And I just scrolled up, and now it's going to scroll up within a few seconds. So each like screen movement causes a lot of usage of something. I'm not quite sure what. I don't know if that's CPU or GPU. I'm not much of a computer person here. I don't know how that all works, but it's clear that there is some bottleneck I'm running into with both streaming. Oh, excuse me, my bad. With both streaming and drawing at the same time. So I'm curious what other bottlenecks we are going to come into. So I'm going to save this and see if we can close both of these images. That one closed fairly fast. That one closed fairly fast. Let's close the program out. Oh, that completely closed the program. That's good. Chat's still here. Yes. So let's see what happens when I open up Raw Power right here. So this is a photo editing program I have. Take a drink. So we're gonna full screen this again. I like to have my programs full screened. We're gonna open up photos. We're gonna open up photo diary. We're gonna open up this, and we're gonna open up. I want to open up some raw files. So that doesn't have anything I want. That doesn't have anything I want. There we go. Canon EOS. Spelled wrong, but whatever. Let's see what photos. Okay, so these are some perfect examples. So let's select one of these images here and see how much editing we can do and how fast we can edit on the computer while streaming as well. So let's find a decent image. I think this one. We're gonna select that. That's selected. We're gonna go to edit right up here. Select that. All right. So we got a simple image here. We've got a little pond here. We've got some goose, mama goose or dada goose, and some baby geeslings here. We've got a bunch of lily pads, some other aquatic plant life, lots of ripples in the water, some grass here in the foreground, some plants here in the midground, all the way in the background. We've got some more plants and people, some more land. So we're gonna edit this and just do a bunch of different settings, just play around with it to see what we can edit, how fast we can edit, and what bottlenecks we run into. So we have the raw processing here. So let's turn down the boost, and I can move that pretty fast. I don't see much of the changes, but I don't think this one changes. Yeah, it makes it a little bit darker, I'm just gonna leave it right around 80 or 0.8. Want to move the black boost down. That kind of makes it a bit darker. Black point. Move that up. Again, makes it a bit darker. Lumina noise. Again, move that up. Color noise. We can really get that. This is starting. This water right here is really starting to be greenified because of the reflection. Some detail. That seems to move fine. Some moire, again, move fine. Sharpen, seems to sharpen fine. I think there was but maybe a bit of lag. What about contrast? Again, seems to be fine. Alright, what about temperature? How does adjusting temperature? Making this more yellow, pretty immediate. Making this more blue, again, pretty immediate. I'm just gonna make this a bit more yellow than it was. And again, magenta, pretty immediate. Green, pretty immediate. I'm just gonna make this a wee bit magenta-er. See what we got here. Exposure. Making it, that seems to move pretty fine. I'm just gonna darken this. I'm kinda just playing around here. See what, how these adjustments run on CPU and GPU and then what bottlenecks we're running into. And I'm not really running into too many the way I would normally edit this. Making the shadows more pronounced. Again, we aren't running into bottlenecks. Everything's moving the way I would want to. So it seems that photo editing is taking up a lot less of the same resource that drawing was taking up. What about clarity? Deepening, lightening. What can I get there? Brightness, so we can move down. Contrast, we can move up. Oh, I really like that. Saturation and vibrancy, I don't want to move up too much. I don't want to do my hyper saturated, hyper vibrant images here. It's kind of I mean, it's pretty saturated, pretty vibrant, but not to the degree that I normally would do. I think this is actually pretty fine. And again, it moved pretty well. It didn't give me any fight there. What can I do for this? Well, I want to start with green. I want to make it a bit more like this. Saturate that up a bit more. Not too much, a bit more luminance. And give it a bit more range. Red, there's not really too much red. Kind of got this here. I think there's that shirt in the background. The red might affect this a bit. Let's see what we do here. What if we move it this way? I think I want to move it down this way. I want to desaturate that. Make it a bit darker. Orange will definitely do something to this, I think. I want to kind of weaken it. Blues will definitely do some good noise here. This is going to have more of an effect on. Let's take this, and this I think will affect this section pretty significantly, and maybe even this section here. So let's see if I just quickly move it. Those changes are pretty immediate. So this isn't running into a bottleneck that the drawing was. So this was much more manageable while streaming, which is interesting. Let's give this a nice actual adjustment. I think around there, make that a bit more saturated. Give it a bit more luminance. Purple. This one's gonna be a real color. Alright. I actually quite like this photo, as it is now. Let's see, is there any other things I want to, maybe a bit of vignetting. Not much is happening there. Perspective, I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's all good. So I'm actually gonna export this, and we're gonna see how exporting this image is gonna go. So that took a few seconds to actually load up. We're just gonna put it on the desktop. We're just gonna keep it that name, JPEG. Let's do a PNG8. New location. After export, nothing. Watermark, nothing. Copyright, nothing. Yeah, so full size. We're gonna export that, and we're gonna see how long that takes to export. I think that was actually fairly immediate. Yeah, there it is. And now we can open up this image, and that's taking a few seconds. And we can like zoom in, and that zoom in is fairly quick. I'm just using the trackpad to zoom in. Oh, why are we not zooming in? I can give you a good look at these here, geeselins. So you can see the parent goose here and the geeselins here. I quite like. I wish. I wonder if it's more clear on the original. Cause I did fuck around with some settings, so we're not going to save. And then we're gonna go back here to this original image, and we're gonna zoom in and see just how clear. So I think it's, I kind of like it better here. You can see really kind of the yellow and stuff. Not to say that my edited version is worse necessarily. Like you can still see the yellow there on them. Still see them fairly clear. I wish I had a more modern camera. This camera is a decade old that I took this with. Actually, I have it right here. The Canon Rebel EOS, or the Canon EOS Rebel T6. It's a decade old camera released in 2016. But it's not bad. I think it's probably the best camera I have, technically, but that's not to say that it's the best camera out there. There are definitely higher quality cameras in this pretty simple, decade old, camera. I got this back in like, actually I don't remember when I got this. I'd have to check. I'd have to look it up or something if I can. I don't know if I can. I thought there's a new Pin Up Pup song or album. Not quite sure. I'm a puppy, not a politician, which is out tonight. I'm pretty excited about that. Our new Pent Up Pup song or album. I think it's just a single. Probably just a single. But I'm curious how the sound is. Let me do a little testy westy on my phony wony. It's all timely wimely. Let me close some applications because I have a bunch open. Alright, stream attempt number 2. Alright, so I should be streaming again. I should be actually starting to yeah, I sound alright. I think my audio for my actual voice is pretty fine there. At what is this, negative 9.6 decibels. I think that is a decent I don't know, some fucking sound. I kinda wanna test music. So I'm just going, well, here's the thing. Because I don't have my earbuds ready yet. If I test the sound, I play it, it's not going to it's going to you're going to hear it through the microphone as well. So I don't want to quite do that yet. But let me see how good old Google or what is this fucking Safari runs. Let's type some things up. I've got my keyboard up here. Actually, let me swap out my art my drawing tablet for the keyboard. Flip out its little feet. Alright, so we got the mouse and keyboard set up now, and we're going to just type up, I don't know, let's look up Pent Up Pup, since they've got a new album or single coming out. We're going to make this bigger. We got, we're on YouTube, so we'll pull up the YouTube music. And we can look at like albums. Let's see what happens if we go to images. How will images run? Fairly fine still. We've got, you know, various different artworks popping up. Okay. Oh yeah, they did a single with Salve the Dog, I think now Six Wing. Kiss Me. That one was pretty good. Oh yes, Furfag Pizza or Furfag Cum Pizza. My bad. I haven't heard that one in a while because I only owned that one via the CD release of Furfag. Let's see. Genius. How does Genius run up here? Pretty well, pretty well. We're getting some lag. So we got the lyrics here. We can be all right. Well, what does this mean? Yeah. We got the bam. We got the text here. Oh, we can't go back quite. Oh, there we go. We can pull up their X account. Inquiries. We got this stuff. We've got various things. We've got no Blue Sky pop up. It's interesting. We can pull up their Bandcamp. That for sure. We got actually their self-titled album. I thought this would take us to like their actual like Bandcamp page. Oh dear. I'm sure they have one. What is this? FF Plus? Oh my god, a cover of all the single furries. That is awesome. That is great. That is hell yeah. When did this come out? February. I didn't see this come out. I missed this. How much is this? Oh, it's a name your price. That's cool. I'm probably gonna pick this up. When I can. I don't have the money quite right now, but yeah, this. I mean, what do we got here? 4K carpet cover. 4K carpet's pretty good. Anything cover. Furry boofer. Another Vor idea. Heat death. A noise artifact cover. Oh, that's pretty good. I like noise artifact. Knotson. Poltoy, Pets, Changed, Furfag, Furfag, Cine ending, Fat Cum Pizza, Not Song, but, what? I mean, my dyslexia is acting up, and this font is too small. I really like Peter's like too far away from my screen. Also, but use it. So like, one of my ideas for like, these streams is to be like, all right, this is a random furry that I'm going to cover. This is what I'm going to talk about this furry. Like, hey, this furry. This is like what they do. This is their art. This is their contribution to the fandom. What they do to the culture. Here's the good things about them. Here's maybe some bad things about them. This is what I think is funny about them. This is what I think is really cool about them. And there'll be good people, there'll be bad people. It's not really a, like, oh, here's the best of the best or the worst of the worst. It's more of a, hey, here's just some people in this fandom that I'm quite passionate about. I quite love this fandom, this furry fandom. Here's some people in it. And here's what I know them for, basically. Not what I necessarily think about them. Maybe sometimes what I think about them. But kind of like, hey, like, here's Russellbuck, right? And here's what I think is cool about Russellbuck, right? Like, their music, their raves, because I was at actual, like, at MFF 2024, I was actually at the Russellbuck set, and that was really cool, that was really hype. They did really good as a DJ, I think, for there. I'm not super into, like, racing, but, like, I do quite like it, and I quite liked what Russellbuck brought in, the energy they brought in for that. But I want to talk about, like, if I've seen them perform live. I want to talk about that, and, like, how that felt. I want to talk about, like, oh, this album was particularly big for them, or, like, oh, there was this controversy. Like, again, speaking of Russellbuck, rave pop got into a bit of hot water by some TikTok furries because rave pop's cover shows full-on ass, and they were like, "This is all too sexualized. This is too much." And I want to talk about, like, hey, that was a little bit of drama that Russellbuck was in. Then I might want to talk about, like, next stream. I might be like, here's Crusader Cat. He's certainly a figure in this fandom, a real shit one if I do say so myself. But he is a person who exists, who is a furry. You can't take that away from him. Like, furry is a self-identity. You can't just go up to somebody and say, "You're not heterosexual, you're gay." You can't do that, right? And you can't do that with furry either. Like, if somebody identifies as a furry, they're a furry. And whether or not we allow them into our spaces that we can control. Like, we can easily say, you know what, Crusader Cat, you're not allowed here at this particular convention or this particular meetup. You're just not allowed here. And we can do that, but we can't just say, oh, no, you're not a furry, because anybody can be furry. I'm going to stop yapping. I think I'm going to test the music, and then I'm going to wrap this up just to see how well this works. So we got an earplug on. Let me open up. Bluetooth is connected. We're going to open up extra music here. And we're going to go with something pretty loud just to do it. So let's go with Nitro Boost. What was a good one here? I'm gonna actually put this in this format. We're gonna go with the Gimme Strength Stratia. I can't read. I'm really sorry. The text is too small. I wonder if I can bump up this size, but that's something for another day. We're gonna just open this up, and that's actually gonna open it up in iTunes, which I did not want. I did not want iTunes to open up. We're gonna quit that. And I'm gonna actually open it up with QuickTime Player, which is what I did want to open up. And we're gonna just play it.
This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
think this earbud's actually kind of dead. Let me put on the second one. Just get a better judge for the sound. No, that continues down level. Alright, so I'm gonna take these. Hold on, actually ramped up. Okay, so I got an idea for how it sounds to me. But how does it sound for you? I'm gonna open up this first and we're gonna see. Alright. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit. I think I want to turn the music down a little bit more. Yeah, I want to turn the music down a bit more. Because I want that to be background noise. Okay, so I'm just listening on the stream. Maybe, let's, why don't we turn it up again? And, because I think that's too much, and then turn it down on my actual computer. What does that sound do? Actually, I think it's maybe because I have two of these. But let me see. Yeah, that definitely did lower it. So I think I could raise it to maybe here. I'm just trying to figure out the sound. Maybe just... And then I'm going to talk a little bit with it at... I think it ended, yeah. So, let's find another song, another loud song. You know what's a good one? Yeah, let me put this on a list. Lost and Found. I opened it up in fucking iTunes again. I don't want to do that. We're gonna quit that. And we're gonna open this with QuickTime. Because I want background music. And then just test to see if that's playing. I think that's too loud. if I swap? I think that level is good. Maybe even just a taddest bit higher. And then I want to talk a little bit just to see how my voice is over it. To make sure I'm not being drowned out by the music. Cause it's, you know, I'm kind of point here. Okay. Yeah. I think that's good. So that's perfect. I hope that the sound levels stay. If not, then I can pretty much remember this. Um, so I think we're good. Um, my setup is more or less complete. I think. We have some issues, but not the worst. Not the worst. So I will set this off, and let me check my schedule for tomorrow real quick. Since my manager just sent me it, I forgot to take a photo of it. So I'm off tomorrow, Friday. I think at mm, let's say 3 p 2 p.m. CST, of course, the only correct time zone. We will stream for reals. Anyways, see ya.